All right. Yay. I had to restart my computer. Had too many things going on, too many windows open. All right. Hello, hello, everyone. Let us set our intention. Today is July 8th, and it's my friend Elizabeth's birthday. So, Elizabeth, if you're watching, happy, big, big, big happy birthday to you. I hope you're having a beautiful day. Actually, crazy thing, I have a good friend named Elizabeth whose birthday is today. And my daughter has a good friend named Elizabeth whose birthday is today. So it's a very, very special thing. So let us set our intention for this week. I have my love being cards. Um, but before I begin, I want to let you know that I am starting a 5-day challenge. It's called the Self Reflective Challenge in my Facebook group. My Facebook group is I Am Loved, colon, Love Being Spiritual Community. So look us up, and we would love to have you join us if you are not already part of this group. And for the next 5 days, I'm going to be posting a question, and it's a self reflective question. Some will be deeper than others. And if you are actively engaged in the group by being self reflective, you will be entered into a drawing and for a chance to win a soul reading with me. And I like to believe they are life changing, but I may be tooting my own horn. And what I do in a soul reading is I tap into you and I help you figure out from sort of this deeper awareness what's getting in the way of you living the life that you want to live, but even further aligning with the truth of who you are, because there's two levels to this. This is the life in form that we are experiencing. What do you want that to look like? What do you want that to feel like? But even deeper is that you have a path. You have a soul's journey, and this journey goes beyond this time and space. It goes into the timelessness and spacelessness. And so this is at the deepest level of who you are. Why are you here? What did you aim to accomplish in terms of lessons and your awareness? What is it that you really, really are intended to experience? And so I help you figure that out and help you be able to align with that divine being that you are. Sorry, my nose is drippy. I don't have any tissue here. Um, And so I help you align with that. And I will tell you that the closer you can get to aligning with the truth of who you are, with aligning with your what people call the universe, your highest self, your deepest I, with awareness, with the truth of who we are, collectively who we are, when you can align with that without all of the noise, and the noise comes in lots of ways. It's the distractions that we live with in life. It's the hurts, it's the pains, it's the traumas, it's just all of the things that get in the way of us being able to access that divine knowing. We all have this built in. It's called our intuition. um, in modern day psychology, it's called neuroception. But what we do is we tap in deeper than just that, what I call superficial awareness. There's a deeper part within you that already knows, that already can make these types of decisions. We just have to learn how to get out of our own way by healing all of the things. And sometimes it's not healing, sometimes it's integration, sometimes it's just noticing, sometimes there's so many ways, okay? And so there's not one specific way. And so what I help you do is I help you get into this space of awareness so that you can align with the truth of who you are, so that you can tap into your divine wisdom. Somebody asked me in terms of, well, how does this align with mediumship and psychic abilities? Now, I believe that our intuition is at the root of our ability to connect with spirit, and to those who've crossed over. So it's kind of like the roots, the seed, maybe is a better way to describe that. So it's sort of like the seed. And once you nurture that and grow that and really open up your channels, you get better and better at tapping into your divine wisdom. Not only do you get better at that, but you start to then see and feel things, and things will just come to you, and you will strengthen your ability to connect with spirit. And that includes people who have crossed over. Now, our psychic abilities run along this timeline. They run across this experience of life. What we do when we use our intuition, that's more about aligning with all that is, aligning with um, God, with aligning with consciousness, with aligning with the universe, whatever name you want to give it. And in that space, it's timelessness, it's spacelessness. And so time goes from this vertical experience to a more linear sort of, I'm sorry, a, this timeline into a more vertical experience. Okay. So we experience time this way, but in timelessness and spacelessness, there is no what comes first and what comes second. So when you align with that, you're able to access the things that go beyond this time and space. Okay. But it's practice. It's practice. It's practice. It's practice. So I help you do that. And so if you join our group and you become an active participant in our group for this week's challenge, you'll be entered upon a chance to win a full reading with me. Again, that's a soul reading. Okay. All right. Let's pick a card. Got my cards in front of me, in my hands. Pick card 1, 2, or 3. I'm shuffling. I'm shuffling. You can't see it. I'm shuffling. Card number 1. Card number 2. Card number 3. All right, let's see what we've got. Hi, Vanessa. Hi, Catherine. All right, here we go. Oh, heart mind connection. Heart mind connection is card number 1. I consciously notice my thoughts and feelings. Okay, so this is a really big one because a lot of us in the spiritual community and outside the spiritual community, if you've ever gone to therapy or counseling, oftentimes that first level of awareness is intellectualizing, understanding, basically, understanding all of the things, understanding why we behave a certain way, why we believe certain things, why we think certain things, why we become attached to particular patterns in our lives. And so we become sort of understanding of all of these moving parts. And sometimes that helps us move into a greater state of awareness, and we begin some of our healing. But I will tell you that it's not until you can tap in to your body, into what I also call our heart space. We tap into our physical form and we just reconnect with that part within us that a lot of us had to suppress as a mere way to survive our circumstances, our situations, our home life. And so sometimes that just has become our pattern. Hold on. And not in all cases, it's not about us not feeling safe anymore. It's just that we don't know how. We don't know how to connect with our emotional state. We don't know how to feel what we feel. We don't even know what that's called. We don't even know, like, what is it that I'm experiencing? So this heart mind connection is an integral part of moving into trusting your intuition. Because if you can't feel what you feel and understand what that is, it's really hard for you to trust, to begin to trust that inner gut. And that inner gut is your intuition trying to speak. And for a lot of us, sometimes even how we make meaning of our intuition or the messages that we're getting is actually highly filtered because of our difficult experiences of life. And so we have to become very aware of that, and we have to allow ourselves to drop into our feeling space and our bodies. Like our bodies are telling us, giving us messages. So if you've chosen number one, your affirmation is, I consciously notice my thoughts and feelings. Simply become aware of them. You don't have to judge them. You don't have to tell a story about them. You don't have to think about what, why, and how. Just become aware. That's the very, very first step. And stop distracting yourself. You start to feel uncomfortable about something. You start to, not like something that's coming up for you in terms of your emotional state. Stop distracting yourself. Stop disassociating. Stop disconnecting from it. It's merely giving you information. And we have to come to a better place and a better understanding that all emotions are good. All emotions are good. The ones that are hard, the ones that are heavy, the ones that are painful, the ones that are joyful, the ones that are a little bit risky, they are all good experiences. They just are. They're not good, they're not bad, they just are. So if we can embrace them and understand that they all are serving a purpose, it's helpful as we move through this journey of tapping into our intuition. Card number two is Archangel Uriel, truth, wisdom, and illumination. He is a kind, loving, they all are kind, they are loving, but they have a bit of personality, I guess. And Archangel Uriel, I really try to capture him in the way that I feel him. He is just a loving, sweet, and he has so much knowledge in terms of truth and wisdom. So if you chose number two, this means that you are moving in the direction of beginning to trust your intuitive nature, that you're starting to hear your intuition, that you're starting to notice the messages that are coming through. Archangel Uriel is the one that can help you do that. And you can ask him, you can say, Archangel Uriel, help me. Or what I tend to say instead of help me is be with me. Or thank you for becoming such an integral part of my knowing, my intuitive nature, my ability to connect with self, my ability to let go of all the noise that sometimes gets in the way of me being able to access that truth. Okay. So Archangel Uriel, ask him. I always talk about asking, but I prefer to go into the alignment of what already is. Sometimes asking for me feels more like being in a state of lack. So it's like, I don't have, so I'm asking you. That I was taught to pray that way as a child. And so it comes from this energetic state of lack. Like, I'm missing this, so help me fill this hole. And that's why I struggle with the word ask. And it doesn't mean that we shouldn't ask for help. And it doesn't mean that we shouldn't ask for the things that we need. But when we get in alignment with our divinity and abundance and all of the things that are inherent right, we need to get into the alignment of that frequency. And so what I tend to do instead is express gratitude. So I would say this: thank you, Archangel Ariel, for consistently guiding me and helping me move through the state of awareness. Thank you, Archangel Uriel, for showing up when I don't know what to do, and you help me tap into my intuition. Thank you, Archangel Uriel. That comes much more natural to me because I'm going into that state of higher frequency of gratitude, number one, but also I'm claiming what already is. I'm claiming what is already there. I just sometimes forget, right? We all forget that we have the ability to connect at that level of awareness. Okay. So all of that for Archangel Uriel. Number three, physical self. This consistently comes up, I think. Physical self. I lovingly connect to my body. This is really, really big. We need to make decisions. We, number one, need to make the decision to honor our physical form. Okay. Honor our physical form. Number two, outside of honoring our physical form, it's looking at our physical form with love, experiencing our physical form with love. And when we make decisions to honor our physical self, we're doing it from the lens of love, not shame. And many of us make decisions about our physical being because we feel ashamed, or we don't feel like we're enough, or we're not thin enough, or fit enough, or healthy enough, and we're ashamed. And so we want to notice that we're experiencing that simply by noticing it, but also leaning deeply into this state of knowing that at the deepest level of who I am love. I am love. You are love. And this love that we are, we can access that. We can access it at any time. Even if we don't completely believe that at the intellectual level, we can access the truth of who we are, the love that we are, and we can extend that to our physical form. And we can say, I love my body, or I'm learning to love my body. I am learning to love my body, and I am learning to honor the vessel that holds my soul, the vessel where my soul is. And I can break that apart actually, because we're not actually souls in bodies, but it helps us it helps us understand our connection to form. Okay, because we're like in and out of our bodies, which is a whole nother talk. But just recognizing that the form that we have isn't just to keep us moving around, but it actually works as a way that we receive information and that we offer information as well. It's the way that we receive energy. I mean, we receive so many things, messages. We receive so much through our physical form. And so it's important for us to honor our form. Okay. So physical self. Also, I just heard something moving, move, move, move. That may be for me too. I am rebounding these days. So, rebounding, jumping on a trampoline, which I'm really, really enjoying. But where I live right now is incredibly hot. And I think, when I think of like places in the South or the East Coast, there's a lot of humidity as well. So it's not to say that you all don't experience the heat, but right now we are at like 115 degrees. And so it really is just, it's a dry heat, but it is still hot, hot, hot. And so I don't get outside to move as much because sometimes I don't even dip under 100 at night. And so it just feels stifling hot. And so sometimes I'm just not moving as much as I typically would other times of the year. So a reminder to anyone, if you are experiencing what I'm experiencing, let's figure out a way to get our bodies moving. Okay. Yeah, this is our time of year that we hunker down where I live, whereas people who live in the snow and the cold weather, they hunker down during the winter. So if you are experiencing the heat the way I am, let's make a commitment to honor our bodies by moving them. Okay. So I'm sending you a beautiful, beautiful wish for this week, that you have a fabulous week, that you are able to find solace and peace in your experiences as you move through your week. And don't forget to have fun. Don't forget to have some joyful experiences. And if it means that you just need to crank up the music and dance, then do that. Okay. Have a beautiful week, everyone.